All right, so Davi,
Yes.
your neighbors apparently are extremely loud.
Okay, so we borrowed a cabin from our neighbors, and then their neighbors.
Oh.
Wowzers. Such a story. Okay. And it was all weekend long, you guys. It's so weird. So we borrowed a friend's cabin, and it was out near Helen, Chattahoochee Natural Forest. It's beautiful. And there was a hot tub, and I hang out in the hot tub. I get so pruny. I will be in that hot tub all weekend because I do not care about air anymore. I'm just like a little fish. So I'm in the hot tub hanging out. And the first night we were there was Friday night. And we hear the cabin across the way, which I think my neighbors also own. So I'm like, is it them over there? They would have told us if they were coming out here too. We would have hung out. Or they gave it to some other friends. But we see the cabin across the way. We hear them, and they're blasting music, right? And there's all these lights, lit up. Every light in their cabin is on. And we're being creepy vampires with all our lights off. And I'm just hanging out in the hot tub making splashy sounds. And I start hearing, this... out in the woods, and I'm like, oh my God, listen to those bear steps. And my husband's like, what? And I'm like, listen to all those twigs cracking. I think there's a bear in the woods. And then there's some grunting. And I was like, seriously, it's bear time. And my husband's like, that's not a bear. That is not a bear. And I'm like, yes, cracking twigs, bear roaring. And then some moans started happening. And I was like, I'm thinking it's less likely to be a bear now. and my husband's like, they're doing it. And I'm like, no, they're not. That is twigs cracking. There's a bear in the woods. And he's like, that is ass slapping if I've ever heard it. And I'm like, lower your voice. And Blair's like, I will not lower my voice. Listen how loud they're being. And the weirdest thing was the playlist. All right. So it started with some Johnny Cash, Walk the Line. And I was like, okay, nice. That's cool. And then some CCR. I was like, all right, down on the corner, honey in the street, ready to put. Yeah. And then some Willie Nelson. I thought you would appreciate this, Kristen.
I'm so into this playlist right now. Do you know what CCR stands for, Mom?
Not a clue.
Okay.
I think it's that thing you do to save people's lives.
Yeah, CCR. Yeah.
When you push on their chest.
Yeah, gotta take the
So you
class and
stay
save your
alive.
friends. Yeah.
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Oh.
I think he would like CCR. I think you need to check him out.
I'll play
right, I'm
some
on it.
I'll play some in studio for you when we go to break.
Hell
Bet.
yeah. Actually, it's probably going to give me some kind of trauma because now all these songs have been ruined for me.
Because all you hear is...
Yes. Love making during CCR. And then Willie Nelson singing about love and weed or whatever he's singing about. And there's ass slapping happening on the beat. And then the Harper Valley PTA.
Ooh.
Right?
Ooh.
Huh?
Right? It's a weird song about a widow that's dressing kind of hussy around town. And then the PTA sends a letter home with her daughter that's tell your mom to stop dressing like this. So then mom shows up to the Harper Valley PTA and is like, the preacher smells like whiskey. The Mr. Harper isn't even here because he's out cheating on his wife. This person has an illegitimate child. She just blasts everybody. She's like, don't talk about my short skirts when you guys have skeletons in your closet. It's an amazing song.
Wow.
But to hear people having sex to it.
Allegedly.
It could still be a bear. It might not
Yeah.
be bare naked. It might just be a bear at this point.
Yeah, haven't you heard about
Somebody
those bear
bare
ass
ass.
bears?
Bear-ass bears. Yes. Slapping.
My favorite children's book.
But-
Bear-ass bear.
Bear-ass bears.
My favorite book's the one where it's I'm getting a new little brother.
The Adventures of the Bear-ass bears. Oh my God. I'm going to write that today. So I slowly came to realize, because I'm in the hot tub, I'm splashing around, I am completely unbothered, but my husband is getting more and more upset and vocal. I don't know if it's because they're having more fun than us and I'm splashing around, and that doesn't happen in the hot tub. Just don't even try to have sexy time in the hot tub. It's
Ooh.
not
Yeah,
worth it.
yeah,
That is
trash.
unsanitary.
Something bad happens. So the Harper Valley PTA, I was like, I refuse to believe that's what's going on over there. There has to be a bear attack happening. And my husband's like, no. And then the Eagles is what did it for him. We heard the whole, both people enjoy their time. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Was it Hotel California?
Yup. I was so uncomfortable because I was like, this is the weirdest playlist for them. Right after the Harper Valley PTA into the Eagles was when they really hit it.
The conclusion.
Yes, the conclusion to the thing. So we were like, oh my God, do we tell our neighbors that their friends or whoever this is in their cabin is doing it everywhere to the weirdest country songs ever? And then we went to sleep. next night, Saturday night, around the same time, like 8:30 p.m., Johnny Cash strikes up.
The whole playlist all over again?
No.
And then the ass slapping, the twig snapping continues. And we're like, no. And then it goes into CCR. And then it goes into Willie Nelson. And then the Harper Valley PTA. And we were like, no. And then they hit the Eagles.
Yeah.
And they did it again.
Again? On schedule?
On schedule.
Oh, my
Same
God.
song. And Blair was like, I don't understand this. How could this be? It doesn't even matter. Are you pumping to the beat that it would happen the same time every time? And I was like, I'm convinced that my neighbor's friends borrowed their cabin to film an OnlyFans. And the first night, maybe they didn't get the lighting right, so they went and did the exact same thing the second night. Because I was like, who does that?
That's just their routine.
Oh, damn.
Somebody's ass got to hurt.
So much slapping.
That's a lot of ass slapping.
Yeah, I was like, they stepped on all the twigs in the woods.
Just in the woods, where are those twigs going?
That's
what concerns me.
I don't know, but the Bare Ass Bears were at it again 2 nights in a row. And I'm like, do I tell my neighbors or am I the creep for listening out in the hot tub splashing around and just enjoying their playlist all night? I was convinced.
The Bert Show.